Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. Sorry, had some technical difficulties. For some reason, I cannot get my main camera to work. So I'm using the MacBook camera. So sorry, it doesn't look as good. But anyway, I didn't want to keep you guys hanging any longer. So, well, they're at it again. A little more than a week to go before election. And there's already been hundreds of ballots that have been destroyed in three separate attack on ballot boxes. Explosive devices were placed into them. I got a photo of, you see here, were placed in ballot boxes in Vancouver, Washington, and Portland, Oregon early this morning, sparking fires and destroying hundreds of ballots. Police said an incendiary device was found inside a ballot box in Oregon's largest city, while local officials said potentially hundreds of ballots were damaged in Vancouver. Now, I got the video here. Let me play it for you. So yeah, all those daggum ballots. So the other thing is that last week there was also a fire set in a ballot box in Phoenix, Arizona. So they're already back at it, guys. And if you want to look at what's happening in Pennsylvania, we'll move over there for a moment. And you see this letter here. This is Trump supporters in Pennsylvania are getting threatening letters not to vote for Trump. And you can try to read the whole thing, but basically a few things it says. We know where you live. You are in the database. There is no knowing what may happen and how you and your family may be impacted. Your cat may even get shot. These deranged lunatics have already started, just losing it because Trump is winning by and large. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Let me show you also what happened in Pennsylvania here.
Wow.
Let me tell you real quick. This is a woman that was arrested advocating for people to vote early in Pennsylvania. Because there were reports that voting centers were being shut down in GOP heavy areas.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. You locked her up? That is insane, man. She is not influencing people.
These people are deranged. They see what's coming down the pipe, right? Anyway, on X, she posted that, I guess they call it a post, not a tweet. Now, stay in line and vote. They arrested me and I didn't break any laws. I encourage people to stay in line and vote because the Democrats were discouraging voters from in-person voting day in Delaware County. In fact, the election worker told people in line to go to Chester Heights satellite office because the line was shorter there. Do you know what happened when we got to Chester Heights office to vote in person? They were told that they were ran out of applications. This is voter suppression in Delaware County. I did nothing wrong except to encourage people to stay in line and vote. So they arrested me. Now, let's move on to the vice president candidate, Tampon Tim. So it came out that he had an affair with a Chinese spy, a young lady here. Now, I think the most shocking part of this story is that the spy was a woman, but he had a love affair with the daughter of a Chinese Communist Party official during his teaching stint in Fashon. So who knows what type of CCP connections this guy has? Now, Trump again is doing very well, and he's even getting some allies unexpectedly, right? So Eric Adams, who turned out, after he made some comments about the immigration, he was attacked by Joe Biden and the Democrats, and obviously they did lawfare on him, but he came out in support of Donald Trump. Now, this is him discussing the Madison Square Garden event. Listen to what he has to say.
Around Madison Square Garden for the presidential candidate Trump's rally. We urge New Yorkers to avoid driving in the area. It is going to be an extremely crowded vehicle traffic flow, and so we are really urging New Yorkers to take public transportation. While we will always respect and protect the right to peaceful protest, there will be zero tolerance for crime, blocking traffic, graffiti, or disorderly behavior. I think, as I've called over and over again, that the level of conversation, I think we could all dial down the temperature. And I've heard people say that the former president should not be able to have a rally in Madison Square Garden. I strongly disagree. This is America. This is New York. And I think it's important that we allow individuals to exercise their right to get their message clear to New Yorkers. We need to show a level of respectable communication. And so when people called me fascist and other terminologies, I didn't like it. And I don't think it's fitting to anyone to state that the former president is equal to being Hitler.
Incredible, right? The Democrat Party are running off Democrats right and left. How many have jumped ship thus far? It's crazy. Anyway, this is a wild one. Jeff Bezos, Washington Post owner, has reportedly given the newspaper a mandate to add more conservative voices to its opinion section. Now, I don't know if you've paid attention to Jeff Bezos lately. This dude has become a giga chad. He's gotten jacked. He's lifting weights, and you get a certain amount of testosterone in your body, and you just can't be Democrat anymore. And I showed studies proving that they did studies that actually proved that. So the downside, I guess, to some people is that 1/3 of the Washington Post editorial board stepped down after a bunch of canceled subscriptions because there was not an endorsement for Kamala. So a bunch of them stepped down, which is good. Make way for other people, right? And USA Today turns out they will not be endorsing Kamala either. And they opposed Donald Trump in 2016. So he's getting some allies, and he's winning pretty much in all markets here. Real Clear polling has him just annihilating Kamala. Here we have the poly market annihilating. So he's destroying Kamala. And Pennsylvania voter registration data last week showed that Republican registration exceeded Democrat by 85%. People are jumping ship. They're tired of it. They don't want to hear it anymore. They don't believe the rhetoric. The rhetoric in 2020, hey, he's racist, blah, 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 blah. No one cares. The country is in shambles. World War III is knocking at our door, and people cannot afford to live. They're not believing this nonsense anymore. But I want to make this very clear, though. I don't think we're in the clear. By no means. Even if he does win, if they don't pull some, Hail Mary at the very end, if he does win, I think it's going to get worse. If he does get elected next week, I think it's going to get even worse. We had the gap leading up to January 6th as well. What could go on between there and what will happen on January 6th? Things I believe are going to get worse before they get worse. I don't think they're getting better. But they may make it another attempt on him. I mean, there's so many things. World War III. There's so many things that they may try to pull prior to him being elected to January 6th. So I would not say we are in the clear by any means. I know a lot of people are like, man, we're good to go. Don't worry about it, this and that. You know, and that's why I've been focusing a lot more on preparedness videos. As you notice, I've been putting out a few, and I plan to keep on doing that for the time being, going forward. A lot of you guys, because I guess got a lot of new followers that may not have been into preparedness before. They came here because of the current event content, and to help you guys get up to speed, you know, obviously. And I've had a lot of requests. You know, a lot of people jumping into the night vision, so I'm going to redo a night vision video, which my old ones were good. I discussed it, but I'm going to redo it, talk about those things, talk about its capabilities and stuff like that. More gear setups, various things, tactics, all these sort of things. So I'm going to talk a lot more about this kind of stuff. And the thing is like, I try to make it so the common person can understand, because a lot of times, especially veterans, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you get around other veterans, you're talking because you speak the same lingo, and a lot of people don't know that lingo or understand or have had the same training or experience you had. And so I just, you know, I started out the channel for that reason, to get the common man prepared. That was always that, you know, not even the channel, the business, the product. I started out as a product company. If you didn't know that, started out as a product company, and then my buddy kept trying to convince me to make videos to teach people. I never wanted to be on YouTube. I never wanted to show my face ever. I wanted to be a faceless company. I wanted to remain unknown, but you know, obviously that got ruined. But that's my focus, is to prepare people. And because I feel that, you know, a lot of people put preparedness behind a paywall, and I try to, you know, if you go watch, man, I've got almost 2,000 videos, 1,000 I know at least on survival tactical stuff for free. You know, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm trying to help you. So there's a lot of good information, and this information never goes bad. You know, actually, one of the comms plans video I plan on talking about is something that's so basic. It's something that I learned long ago in the Marine Corps, still relevant today. A lot of time, old tech is best tech, to be honest with you. Old tech is best tech. Remember that. But, you know, again, since we've been focusing so much on preparedness, I reached out to my friends at Nutrient Survival, because a lot of people are asking about food and stuff, and I hadn't talked about Nutrient Survival in a while. I asked them to put together a promo for me. So we got one real quick. Don't worry, we're going to get into some big news here in a moment. I just want to highlight this real quick, but let me throw this up here and I can talk you through it. But basically what we have here is I'll put the link below, Nutrient Survival, the landing page here for Black Scout Survival. And what you can do is you pick a bucket or a go bag. Now I don't have a bucket right now, but I have a go bag. So you can pick a bucket or a go bag. If you're going to put it in your vehicle, I would choose the go bag. If you're going to put it in your house or storage or something like that, put it in your put it in the bucket. But pick any 8 items, and you'll see the list here. All right. Who's that ugly guy? Pick 8 items here: cans, pantry, the pantry packs, or the 5-packs. You'll get 10% off, and then you can also choose whatever free BSS gift you want, whether that is the BSS patch, which is, people love that thing. It's like kind of a collector's item. They're going on eBay for like $100, or the flag patch, which I'll show you in a moment, because I got my hat right here. The flag patch, or that Stay Frosty hat. And mine's in my locker, but that Stay Frosty hat, which I do love. Stay Frosty hat, the red Black Scout patch. I thought I had one right here. I don't know where it is. Or that flag patch for that hat there. So you can choose one of those as a free gift. So 10% off. Choose 8 items: cans, pantry, or 5-packs. If you're setting up for your house, obviously you can get the cans, because you get the can itself, which is obviously useful. You can make something called I forget what it's called, but the stove, you can dip it in rubbing alcohol, like a toilet tissue roll, dip it, put it in there and light that thing and make a stove. You can do crazy stuff. I need to do a video on that. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with it, but you can get the 20-liter go bag or free BSS bucket for free, and then add those 8 items, get 10% off, and then get a free gift. I'll put the link below in a moment. Let's get to Trump's hints at a secret. Okay, so he was at Madison Square Garden the other day, which is huge. It was televised. You name it. Elon was there. Dana White was there. It was awesome. But he hinted at a little secret. This secret caused panic in the Democrats. Okay. Now, Trump said, if you watched it, he says, I think our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Question mark. And then he's addressing Mike Johnson directly. He said, our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a little secret. We will tell you what it is when the race is over. And he chuckled when he said it. So there's something he's doing. He knows. You notice how this keeps on curling up. Sorry. It sent the Democrats into panic mode. All kinds of speculation. They're like, it's going to be another J6 insurrection. They alluded that he will stop the certification. Like, if you go read the articles, they're alluding, he's going to stop the certification. Essentially saying that they believe Kamala has a chance in hell to win. Even though all polls and betting markets has her losing big time. Very suspicious. Very suspicious that the news media outlets are already saying that, right? Now, Mike Johnson was asked about it by the New York Times, and he said, speaking of his secrets, he says, Harris knew Biden was physically and mentally impaired and kept it a secret. The FBI knew Hunter Biden laptop was real and kept it a secret. They also knew Russia collusion was fake and kept that a secret too. He added, it appears that all those secrets didn't matter to the media because they all helped Democrats. But this one might help Donald Trump, and now they care. And he says, by definition, a secret is not to be shared, so I don't intend to share it. I'm curious, guys, what you think the secret is. I have ideas. I want to know what your guys is before I speculate, before I tell you what mine is. I want you to write in the comments, what do you think it is? And anyway, guys, I'm sorry for the camera problem. It looks like crap. I'm sorry. Hopefully I can get my camera situation fixed here. And make sure you go pick up a bucket. Get prepared, guys. It's going to get worse before it gets worse. Trust me. It never hurts to be prepared. I'll put a link below. And guys, we're going to say Frosty, stay strapped and always stay dangerous, my friend.
2, 3. 4, 2.